Hey guys, welcome to the World Cup Fantasy. Yes, we just finished Fantasy Football Premier League. Well, now we're turned our attention to the World Cup. The Fantasy World Cup has just released on the website. I don't know if the app's launched just yet, but the game has been launched on to the website. And in this video today, I'm going to go through all the rules, all the chips and stuff like that. And then in the upcoming days, I'll be submitting my first ever Fantasy Football World Cup draft. But yeah, the screen is so much better than Fantasy Football. The colours, the vibrance, and all that. But let's go to help. There is a tutorial. So we'll look at this quickly. We have 100 million, kind of like Fantasy Football, 15 players. Select your captain gets double points. Make transfers, manage your teams. There are different chips to Fantasy Football, such as a 12-man, stuff like that. Max captain. And yes, obviously we'll be creating our own league as well for you guys to join. But that's how to play. So I've never done a World Cup or Euros fantasy, so I'm gonna learn with you guys. So welcome, how to play. Welcome to the official club World Cup Fantasy 2026. Where you can compete by creating your own team of 15 players, just like Fantasy Football. Score points based on their performances. So obviously register your team. We'll get on to that in a minute. Team creation. So 100 million, 2 goalkeepers, 5 defenders, 5 midfielders, 3 forwards, just like FPL. This is where it can get a bit tricky, and we're going to have to keep an eye on it. So in the group stage, just like Fantasy Football, you'd get 3 players per team, you get 3 players per country. Into the round of 32, you get a max of 3 players again, and obviously, I guess because teams would go out, you would then obviously pick from better nations and stuff. Round of 16, you get 4 players. Quarterfinals, you get 5. Obviously, teams are getting knocked out. You want to change your players. Semi-finals, max of 6. So you could have 6 Spanish, 6 English, 5 English, or whatever. Final, max of 8 per country. So if you felt Spain had a better chance against Argentina in the final, you could go for 8 Spanish players and 3 Argentinian players. That's how I'm kind of getting it. Yes, and then it's based, just pick your players. You can auto-fill your team, which will create your team with random selected players. Probably don't want to do that, but formations wise, it would generate with a 4-4-2. Obviously, you can change that like FPL to a 4-4-2, 4-3-3, 4-5-1, 3-4-3, 3-4-3-5-2, 3-4-1, or 5-3-2. Those are the only transfers you can do. You can make unlimited changes until the first game of the World Cup. Player's price. This is interesting. Each player has been assigned a price based on their potential to score fantasy points. Please note all players' prices are fixed and they're not going to change throughout the tournament. So equivalent to, so this is saying as if you are coming from fantasy like I am. Erling Haaland would obviously, price would increase each week or get worse or better on his performances. In here, players' prices stick. No matter whether they start from the first game in the tournament to the last final, those players would remain at 10 million, 5 million and stuff like that. That's what I'm gathering from this. Vice and captain. For each round, you must select a captain and a vice captain before the lockout, basically deadline. You are able to change captains and vice by pressing the icons in the profile. Your select captain will get double points. If your captain doesn't play any minutes during that match day, your vice captain will score double points. So just like FPL. However, your vice captain will score double points only if you have not done any changes to your team during a live round. During a live round, you can change your captain unlimited number of times, as long as your new selected captain is still yet to play in that current round, and your previous captain has completed his game. So from this, what I'm gathering and what I still know, you could pick a captain for Mexico who play the first game of the tournament. If your captain doesn't do well, the next day there will be new fixtures. You could then change your captain to someone who's playing on, for example, the Saturday. If they did bad, you could then change your captain to the person on the Sunday. So you can keep doing that as long as obviously that player has not played. That's what I'm gathering and what I understand. Obviously, as time progresses towards the World Cup, obviously I will learn more and I will clarify that. But from what I'm gathering, you can change your captain as many times as long as he hasn't played a game yet. So if I wanted to start with a Mexican and then go to Bruno Fernandes and then to Erling Haaland, I could keep doing that. So yeah, if you choose to change your old captain, you will lose their double points and your new captain will get double points instead. Team management and substitutions. Before each round locks out deadline, you'll be able to make unlimited substitutions between your first 11 and your bench, as long as it's a valid formation from the formations we obviously spoke about. Players on your bench will score points each round, but they will not count towards your total score. So just like FPL, it's based on who you put on the bench versus who you start. There are two types of substitutions. Automatic substitutions. Your substitution will become active in your team and replace a DNF, did not player, in your 11. Automatically only if you have not made any manual changes to your team during the live round. Your outfield bench players are prioritized to a 1 to 3 with the first priority substitution coming on for a DNF player. So just like fantasy football, depending on where you put them on the bench is where they would likely come on to your team. Manual substitutions during a live round. You can replace a player from your starting 11 with someone from your bench as long as that bench player hasn't played yet and your new lineup still follows a solid formation. Your player must not be playing alive at the time, so you can make the change either before the game starts or after it ends. Once you make that substitution, you get only points from the new player. If the player you remove has already completed their match, you won't be able to put them back into your starting 11. So it's basically a risk versus reward scenario. Is your next player going to be better than what you've already got? If you make a manual change during your team during a live round, like a substitution or changing your captain or vice captain, it will cancel the automatic substitution function. Once a manual change is made, auto subs won't happen for that match day. Team changes during a live round. You can manually substitute any player in your starting 11 who completed their match with a player from the bench or whose match has not started yet. You can swap a unlocked player in your lineup with a unlocked player on the bench at any time, and this can be done repetitively as long as both players are playing unlocked. A lot of players in your line whose match is currently in progress and cannot be swapped with an unlocked player from the bench. They can only substitute once the player locked mark his match as complete. Player on the bench has completed their match, they can't be subbed. If you make any changes to your team during the live round, like a sub or changing your captain or vice, it will cancel the automatic fixture. Yes. A locked player is a player who hasn't team has not played a current match. A player whose team is yet to play. Okay. Boosters. So this is obviously FPL chips. Wildcard will allow you to make unlimited transfers within a specific round. Cannot be used for the first match of the group stage or for the round of 32. 12 man will allow you to add one player to score points from your team in a round. When selected the 12th man, it cannot be substitute, captain or transfer. You can select any player from the 12th man as long as they not played is not already part of your squad. So from this chip, what I'm gathering is you could have your 11 players and your subs. If you wanted to, you can't go and pick a bench player or whatever. But say you wanted Messi or Ronaldo, who's not in your team, you could use that chip to get one of those players in, and they would help you go towards your points. So it's a player you choose that's not in your squad, not in your bench. It's just someone that you don't own can become your 12th man and gain you extra points. That is a very nice chip. Maximum captain will allow you to get double points from whoever player scores the most points from your start 11. The player will automatically be assigned the captaincy. So this means if you play this chip, you can captain anyone in your side. It doesn't matter. You could maybe go and captain Harry Kane. It doesn't do anything. But Kylian Mbappe, who's not your captain, goes and get a hat trick with this chip, and Kylian Mbappe would automatically become your captain, and he would get double those points for those goals and assists, whatever. Qualification bonus. The qualification can be activated from the round of 32, which activates it guarantees 2 points to any player in or starting 11 who progresses to the next round. So you would get 2 points for any team that goes around. So if you put players on Netherlands, Germany, England, and they all went through, those players would get 2 points per a player you had from those nations. The player must play at least 1 minute of the match. So he must at least feature for more than a minute for the activated qualified bonus to happen. The mystery bonus will be revealed on once round 3 locks and round of 32 is open. So we don't know what it could be. Transfers. So this is where chips are obviously important. Pre-tournament, so what we are in now, before the World Cup, you got unlimited transfers, change your team, play around with it, that's fine. Once before the start of match day 2, you get 2 transfers, and before match day 3 you get 2 transfers. Round of 32, so after this has happened, you would get a basic free wildcard. That's what I'm gathering. Free hit, wildcard, whatever you want to class it as. So between here and here, you get unlimited. Moving from round of 32 afterwards, you get 4 transfers for round of 16, 4 transfers for the quarterfinals, 5 for the semi, and 6 for the final. So basically, obviously, as teams go out throughout stages, you need to transfer those players out who are now eliminated from the tournament. So you get more transfers for free to fix your teams, which is very nice. During the group stage, 1 transfer can be carried on over to the next round. However, due to the unlimited transfers limit between the last game of the round 3 and the start of round 30, you will not be able to carry a transfer over at this stage. During any stage of the tournament, you can receive your transfer allocations from the round, but a Disney transfer will reduce 3 points. So basically, like FPL, you would get minus points for taking extra hits, but this time it's 3 points instead of 4 points. Once a transfer is confirmed, you can't reverse it. So just like FPL, once it's done, you can't reverse it. You can make transfers only for the next scheduled round. If you make any transfers during the live round, they will not be affected in your current team and will apply for the next round onwards. So you just got to make sure you're careful with when you're transferring players in and out. Locked out. Fantasy fixtures blocked out for transfers along with a rolling locked-in system. How the scoring is going to work. So standard points, if you play up to 60 minutes, you get 1 point. If you get more than 60 minutes, you get an additional point. So if you play 90 minutes, you'd get 2 points, just like FPL. Assist is 3 points. A yellow card is -1 point. A red card is -2 points for a player. Own goal is -2 points. Win a penalty is 2 points. Concede a goal, concede a penalty is 1 point. For goalkeepers, they get points for clean sheet, which must have played 60 minutes, which is 5 points. So that is mad. First goal conceded is 0. So if you concede a goal and it's 1-1, you don't lose anything. You just blank. Each goal after that is -1. So if you concede 5 goals, that's -5 points. If a goalkeeper scores, which is not impossible but unlikely, you would get 9 points. Penalty saves, not including shootouts. So as long as it's within the 90 minutes or that added extra time before penalties, you get 2 points. And every save is 1 point after every 3 saves. So if you made 12 saves, you get 3 points. So you've got to be looking at keepers who may take shots, but obviously that risk of are they going to get clean sheets as well. Defenders points is going to be clean sheet must have up to 60 minutes, so 5. So going big on defenders might be a strategy that you want to use when there's especially 5 points per goalkeeper and a defender. First goal is 0, same again. And if a defender scores a corner or a goal, they get 7 points. So if you had Gabriel, Virgil van Dijk or whatever, they scored a goal, that would be 7 points. So that is a big point. Midfielders, 1 point for a clean sheet. They get 6 points for a goal. They get 1 point for every 3 tackles. So these are like DEFCON points for midfielders, I guess. Every 2 chances created, they would get a point. So someone like Bruno Fernandes would get extra points if he created chances. Forwards, goal scored, 5 points. Every shot on target for them. So Haaland, for example, if he had 6 shots on target, he would get 3 extra points. And if he scored 1, so he could end up with 8 points. That's what I'm saying. Bonus points, you get a bonus point if you score a free kick. Scouting bonus, this is a nice one. If you have any player under them scores more than 4 points in a match and is in lower than 5% of all teams selected, you get 2 points. So this is where you start to look at hidden talent, players that are differentials for FPL terminology. 2 points there. So some big scoring points. Once your team has saved it, it will automatically be entered in the overall leaderboard where you can see where you stand against others. The overall leaderboard includes all other users who have entered a team. You will be able to see your ranking with a single round. Rankings are based on total number of points your team has earned. In addition, you complete based on your support country. Okay. There's obviously a schedule here, which we might do it in another video, but you can create and join a private or public mini league. So yeah, just like FPL, share codes, links, whatever. That is the Fantasy World Cup. I will leave the page in the comments, so if you are looking to join, you can obviously read it through yourselves, get a little bit more information and stuff. But yeah, we're gonna have some fun building our squads. Let's auto pick. So if I auto picked so I'd have 0.9 million for this team. Ronaldo Alvarez Waterman. Is that German? No. But yeah, that is going to be it today. Just a little run through of what it is and stuff. But oh my god, fantasy football is over. Now we're turning up to the World Cup. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the FPL Fantasy World Cup in upcoming days. But for now, guys, good luck. I will make sure I submit a team, start a league, and you can join for free, guys. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Goodbye.